Salutations, my fellow dudes and dudettes, and welcome to the final part of Tales of Phantasia. I'm sure a lot of you that have been keeping up with this Let's Play is probably thinking in their heads, finally, we're at the ending. I couldn't agree more. As I said last part, a lot has been leading up to this moment. We're at the tail end of our adventure, and it's time to finally teach Dallas a thing or two. As for what you need to do to set up for this fight, turn off all of Arch's spells except for Meteor Storm. For Clarth, turn off everything except for Gremlin, because Gremlin is going to be your most effective summon spirit at this point. It's a shame, we got Chameleon and he hasn't done anything. As for class, the two techs you're going to want to absolutely keep in mind is going to be Gale Shield and Teleport. Those are going to be absolutely mandatory. You really want those. Also, I believe Dallas is able to petrify you, so I keep I would keep my guard up for, whenever he brings out that petrification spell. Or, like, if he attacks you, I think he can cause petrification. You don't have to worry about your other party members, because they're going to be in the back casting stuff. You're the only, like, logical attacker in this game. I believe we're set. We're pretty much good to go. I'm trying to see what else can we use at this point. I think we're pretty much set at this point. There really isn't anything. Well, the hourglasses, we're really going to be using those for this fight. Especially considering the fact we stocked up on quite a number of them, considering the fact that we really haven't used any of them. Now, I believe this is the part where I was trying to find my Excalibur, but again, I was a little confused because you see all those weapons are stacked. Oh no, I know what I was doing. I was looking for the star. I was trying to create a star cap for Clarth. I'm pretty sure that I was supposed to do that earlier, but for some stupid reason I just didn't. But yeah, I'm actually now that we're at the final part, I'm so darn happy to say that this playthrough has been an absolute mess, and I apologize, and I so heartily hope that I don't have this issue again with an RPG anyways. When it comes to like all the other games, it's going to be live commentary. With the exception of one game in particular that I'm going to let's play later down the road, but more on that in the future. This is it, Douse! You've got nowhere to run this time! Look, I've quite a bit of respect for your accomplishments in making it this far. You've proven yourself worthy adversaries. I'm going to make you pay for all the suffering you've caused our planet! Why did I stop with the... Oh, I was going over the tactics for the fight. What? Wait! Mint, stay away from him. Perhaps she's come to her senses and has come to beg for her life. Douse, I want to ask you a question. Many centuries ago, you told us you had no quarrel with us. I don't understand your reasoning. Because you're not harming this planet's supply of mana. If anything, I should thank you for healing the Tree of Life. Why is mana so important to you? Because magic drains this planet's supply of mana, and I need that magic. Mana for yourself? I don't follow. Are you trying to preserve this planet's natural state? To protect this planet that I hate so much? You must be joking. I'm only here to collect mana. Then you're trying to rule this world using mana's power? Sorry, I was itchy. You foolish boy. Have I not made it clear that this planet and everything on it does not interest me in the least? I need the mana to create a mana seed. Mana seed? Or mana seed, or whatever. I don't care what your goal is. Thousands of people died because of you. And that we can never forgive. Ha! You're one to talk. I hope you're ready for me. Alright, time for the end of the game boss fight. Douse himself. Just about everything that we've experienced with Douse in terms of what he's capable of is going to be the same here. Including this stupid laser and that stupid explosion attack he loves to do. He's got 2 new additions to his abilities though, which you really need to watch out for, or at least the second one. The first one is going to be Tetra Spell. He's going to cast Lightning, Ice Needle, Fireball, and I believe there's another one, but I can't think of it. Essentially a whole bunch of weak elemental magics, which really aren't anything to scuff at in the slightest. The other one you need to watch out for is Paratriangle, which will essentially stun everyone on screen. And you really don't want that to happen because then you're completely vulnerable to all of his really devastating spells that we've experienced up to this point. Now what the main method of this fight is you gotta get Douse into a corner. While Clarth and Archie are doing their respective roles with Meteor Storm and Gremlin, your job as the class is to fight your damnedest to make sure Douse gets locked up into a corner, because he's not going to be able to do anything as long as you repeatedly cast Teleport once he's in that corner. Not gonna lie, I think I got away with a fairly easy encounter here, because Douse didn't have a lot of time to do anything. And not only that, Thunderhammer does work. It doesn't work often, but the fact that it works in the first place, on top of the fact that you can actually stun him, or I'm not sure if that's actually considered stun status, but whatever. The fact that you can stun him in the first place with both Arch's Thunderhammer and all of Kless's basic attacks, or Teleport in this case, this fight really isn't very difficult, which is kind of odd. We're at the end of the game, you expect the final boss to actually put up somewhat of a fight, but alas, Douse kind of doesn't. Also, his sprite's a little different. It's kind of like reddish. There is one thing I do have to praise for, and this, I'm pretty sure we heard this track already, but I absolutely love it. Anyway, that's not all, unfortunately, at least for us. It's over, Douse. You've lost. Hello? Oh. You think that the death of this body means anything to me? You're so narrow-minded. I will never die! Okay, what did he do? Whoa. Oh gosh, he made the entire floor disappear. The whole castle's gone. The floor, it's gone! Enough, the time has come. Mother Gaia, Father Chaos, give me strength! Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. Oh boy, oh he's, oh shit, is he transforming? Okay, now for Neo Douse. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Neo Douse and, what is it, Dark Arm? Oh boy, this boss! This boss! It's not the fact that, at least in my case, it was very dangerous, but holy hell, this guy is frustrating to deal with. Alright, Neo Dows's biggest gimmick is the fact that he can just, like, make the screen, change up, colors, apparently, like, darker colors, and, like, here. And he is invincible. Nothing can hurt him in this state. And he does this so darn often. It's such a pain in the ass. I can't stand it at all. It's horrible. Like, everything like, you think you've got the upper hand. And for, like, no reason, he just makes himself invulnerable because he just can. I don't know why he just doesn't capitalize on this and keep himself invincible for the entire battle, but, well, this is a video game and I want to make sure it's fair for you. As for excuse me. As for his attacks, you've got a number of things to deal with. For one, he's got that oscillation, which essentially is shooting a bunch of fireballs at you. He's also got Last Ray, which is just a much more powerful version of Ray. He's got Chaos. Oh, wait. Which I honestly can't remember. No, I think Chaos is the fireball thing. Oscillation is the annoying one where he shoots an energy ball that sort of like circles. And basically what it does is it brings your character's sprite model all towards his arm, which he's going to be able to do some damage. He's also got access to Meteor Storm, just like Archie, and he's also got Tidal Wave. Those do a lot of damage to your party. Unless if you're Class without Meteor Storm, because since Class has the golden armor, he's going to be healing from a couple of the spells that Neo Douse dishes out at you. The arm is probably what's going to go down the most, which I think shuts down a couple of his attacks, but not too many of them. Because this arm is used to, I believe, shoot the fireballs. I'm sure there's one more attack, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. Damn. But what you want to do is you want to get up close and personal with Douse and repeatedly use Gale Shield. Basically what Gale Shield does is it brings up a giant tornado and it's constantly damaging Douse whenever this happens. This is also the fight where you want to start using the hourglasses, at least when he's vulnerable to attacks. Be careful because I actually did screw up and used the hourglass when he was invincible, so I sort of just wasted an item. Also keep in mind, the hourglass would have been effective on previous enemies or bosses. As a matter of fact, I probably would have made Demozel a hell of a lot easier, but I'm off topic. The hourglass isn't that effective on Neo Douse, but if you do have a good number of them, they will help you out significantly. Alright, so now the arm's gone, all you gotta do with this one is just... Actually, you're just doing the same thing. The one thing you do need to worry about is the fact that that Tidal Wave can also damage Kless, and it does about 5,000 HP. Assuming he does it in the first place, because I somehow got really shitty luck with him repeatedly becoming invincible, but when it came to casting his most devastating spells, he didn't really do that. I was shocked. What is... Oh yeah, I think that's one of the attacks I was thinking of, where it just deals a lot of damage to everybody. I'm not sure which one that was though, I forget. I should have memorized my notes better. But there we go. Thank you. I was running out of things to say already. But that's it. We're done. This game is over. Yeah. All right. And apparently the castle's back. It's really over. It's almost hard to believe. Will it ever really be over? Douse. My death, inevitable now. So please listen to what I have to say. Why did we have to fight? What do you mean? I never wanted it like this. Please believe me. Okay. I can't believe Douse was fighting to save his planet. From a perspective, he was the hero and we were the villains. And now that he's gone, we sentence his whole world to death. Yes, but we didn't go around slaughtering innocent people in order to accomplish our goals. Do I make myself clear? Douse needed the energy of mana to create a mana seed of his own to take back to his own planet. He knew that a mana seed can't be created by force. When the cannon was fired at Midgard, Douse feared that our tree would be drained. If he allowed that to happen, he never would have gotten the seed he needed. The human race can survive without magic. Perhaps Douse's people couldn't. That threat may have been enough to make him willing to kill. So now what? We should do our best to protect the tree. Well, I'm going to give this a try. Please step back. I'll place a barrier over the tree to prevent it from being hurt again. Now the tree has a future. You've given a gift to the entire world, Mint. For all those who sacrificed. Our job is done here. Eternal Sword! Return us to my rightful time! I was about to say original, but I guess that's roughly the same thing. But, wow, that's crazy. Douse was just trying to help his planet, and we sort of prevented him from doing that. In some form, I kind of feel for the dude. I mean, he killed a lot of people, so, you know, he's a bad guy in our eyes, so we sort of had to strike him down, but in a way, it makes you feel like, couldn't we have resolved this a little bit differently, or nobody had to die? Clarth, take the Eternal Sword. Please keep it safe. Yes, I give you my word, it will be safe. Take care, Clarth. Everyone, I won't say goodbye, 'cause I'll see you all again. I just can't believe I have to wait 100 years to do it. Oh, Archie. Unfortunately, I'll be long dead by this time, and won't ever see you again. Clarth, don't say that! Oh, don't get sentimental. We should be celebrating the fact that we got to spend any time at all together. Chester, Mint, take care. Let's go, Archie. Chester, you can't just let her go like this. Okay. Come on, don't look so sad. Can't you show me a smile? Okay, I'll see you soon. You bet. Hey, Archie. I love you. Oh, Chester, I love you too. Oh, that's adorable. It kind of sneaks up on you though, because there really wasn't a whole lot of like character development between Chester and Archie. They just sort of were at each other's necks, and then like Chester sort of made a comment back in Ari, and apparently that just changed everything. I don't know. It's weird. It's an NES. It's a Super Nintendo. It's a Super NES game. I guess there wasn't a whole lot of time to develop that character. But everyone's going back to their time. Clarth is going back to be with Miranda, and Archie finally gets to see her mother once again. And Chester and Clarth go back to doing what they do best. Whatever the hell they were doing previously, I don't know. And Mint finally gives regards to her dead mother, who died at the beginning of this game. And then this sort of happens. Martel sort of takes Douse away. God of Earth, God of Heavens, God of Gods, ease my guilty heart. Create a mana seed out of our beings. So, alright, so basically, they instinctively create a mana seed for Douse's world anyways. But they have to give them, but they do have to give themselves up in order to create the mana seed. It's a little weird because Douse is considered dead right now. I'm not. So is Martel just using Douse's like body, I guess, or is there at least a little bit of his soul left? And the body itself is dead. I don't know. But that's it. They're both gone, and mana seed's created for the Douse's world. So. Yeah, that was a thing. And finally, we are at the end credits. That's it. That is Tales of Phantasia for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And thank goodness it's over. Oh, crud. I've been making you guys, like, sit through all my hiatuses, one after a freaking another. Like, I am so sorry that this Let's Play dragged on for as long as it did. Especially with it being a post-commentary Let's Play. This was unacceptable, at least on my part, so, like, I really gotta make sure this doesn't happen again with the next RPG that happens. Which, I already know what it's going to be. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I always like to hint at, when my games are, I guess if you're curious as to why, leave a question in the comments if you're really curious about that. But that is it. That is Tales of Phantasia. For the first game in the franchise, I think it's okay. I think it's alright. It's very archaic, though. Especially with someone that played the GameCube Tales of Symphonia first. That was my first Tales of game. And experiencing this game, I don't know. There were a lot of things that really didn't do it for me. Now, the reason, I'm pretty sure I explained this back at the beginning of the Let's Play, but the reason why I did the Super Nintendo version was because of the fact that simply it was the original version, and also I think the soundtrack was better on the Super Nintendo. The Game Boy Advance audio chip is alright, but it's not like outstanding, and the sound quality is kind of Granted, the gameplay wise, it is smoother, and Chester is actually pretty useful within the Game Boy Advance version. So if I have to recommend a version, I'd probably recommend that one. Also, they do change the dialogue to make it more user-friendly, more family-friendly to be exact. Because, like, whatever swearing that might have occurred throughout the Super Nintendo version is completely omitted. They just sort of switch some things around so it doesn't sound as vulgar. But yeah, this game, the game plot-wise now, it's hard to say whether I enjoy this plot completely, because there are a lot of things that I would have liked some proper explanation on. Now, funny enough, there was some cut writing, there was some cut points of the story during the development of this. Like, there was originally a novel for this, and a whole lot of things were cut during the development of the game. For example, like, there was a whole story segment on Rhea Scarlet. And then there was one on, I'm trying to remember what the second one was already. I already forgot. Damn. But, yeah, a lot of things sort of went unexplained. Like, we didn't get a lot of story out of this, and as for the characters, they're okay, but we don't get it's funny, because Clarth mentions twice that it's awesome that we were able to spend any time at all together, but to be honest, there aren't a lot of scenes where they just sort of, like, enjoy each other's company. They just sort of are. And I'm so glad that this is the first Tales of game, because at the very least, it's a start. It is a start, and thankfully this game sells significantly well, so I'm thankful for that at least. So, yeah, that was Tales of Phantasia. I don't know what I'm going to be... I do know what I'm going to be getting to the next game of the Tales of series, which is going to be Tales of Destiny on the PlayStation. But that's not going to be for a while. I do have plans for another Let's Play already on my to-do list, and as for what that is, well, as I always do at the end of my Let's Plays, it is the year 20XX, and a scientist hijacks 6 robots in order to do his dirty work, and a man known as Rock steps on the plate. He steps up, and he brings justice to this scientist. I'm pretty sure you already figured out what that game is, but I'll see you guys when we get to it. Until then, I got a juice.